Okay, so welcome back to the third video. This is the third video to our video series of unboxings for motorcycle parts. So this is Nibbi. Everybody knows this because it's a great brand for aftermarket parts, and they, oh my god, sorry about that. This is a ghetto setup I've been working on. Eventually we're gonna have a better setup when we've got enough budget to buy better equipment. Right now we are working off of a CDR King tripod and a selfie stick, ghetto mounted together just so we can start up with a video, and we are actually just filming with my stupid ass phone. So if you guys have been watching, you will notice that this is the D-type carb piston. If you can see, if you look at it this way, it looks like a D. And if you can actually see this, the piston pin is actually in a nice brass type material instead of the cheap stuff that you can see with Class A carbs. The difference between buying Nibbi versus buying another brand and a less expensive brand is that Nibbi usually uses higher quality parts with actually more noticeable finish. If you also notice that Nibbi actually has a different finish compared to other carbs, that's because they look like they have been, I don't know, painted, or like a black, have been finished with a special coating. That's why it looks a darker type of gray. This is the PWK series of carbs. These gray finish carbs. This is a 28 mm carb. These are the middle of the pack type of carb. These are finished a lot better compared to their top of the line, which are these, which are black, if you notice, and they're painted, literally painted with a shiny finish. Now let's get on to the round slide. Let's open her up. These are basically the same thing compared to our flat slide, and these coincidentally come out with free fuel filters. If you can see that here. And the mouth of the carb is actually nice and shiny, machined out, even the rear part that goes into the intake of the head. And if you haven't noticed, that Nibbi carbs are also locked in place with Allen screws instead of regular regular cross screws. And as you can see, these are actually being opened for the first time. That's because I actually do not sell used parts, especially carbs, because usually used stuff are usually abused stuff. That's why I almost never buy used stuff, especially for my motorcycle. Uh, if you can see this tuning thing for the carb is actually nice and anodized, including the top part that covers up for the piston. They're really nice. And now let's get on to the reservoir for the carb. So you can see that the inside of the whole thing. So you can compare. Okay, so there you go. These are also made in brass, and you can, as you can see, the float is nice and white, and the jettings are really nicely finished and really beautifully machined. Now let's open up the reservoir for the flat slide so you can compare, because most people don't know that the D-slide type carb have actually a different type of jetting compared to the regular round slides. The major difference is that they actually are made differently, I mean designed differently. As you can see, they are different. The main jet and the pilot jet, or also known as the slow jet, is different. And as you can see, the float is right there says Oko. They probably actually even have the same factory for this, and that's why we are seeing Oko's name for this. They're probably the manufacturer for this thing, and they probably just finish it up for them. I mean, Nibbi finishes it up at their home factory, so it looks nicer. Our next video is going to be about Oko. Let's talk about that later. So anyway, we're going to go next to the top of the line models that are better quality stuff. They actually will last you longer because they're the pistons that are being used on there have thicker chroming, have thicker nickel plating, and they are made to a higher quality checking compared to these guys, since they are actually the performance models made for racing. Let's open up the 32mm model, which is usually used by Yamaha Mios that are crazily upgraded up to probably well over 200 cc's. As you can see, it's got a beautiful finish right here. If you try to feel the insides of the carb, the mouth and the exit to the carb, you can see that it's a lot smoother, a lot better finished, and this thing is actually making me turned on actually because these are really nice and expensive and will last you practically forever. They will perform just as you would expect them to do, really well, by the way. They're going to cost you an arm and a leg, but they're really going to let you have the win, as they say. Flat slide, top of the line models. I have been using Nibbi carbs and selling them for close to 2 years now, and they have been doing quite well for me. They may be more expensive, but they are worth every single peso. So there are people actually asking me, how can I tell what is fake and what's not when it comes to Nibbi? Well, to tell you the truth, there's actually no fakes for Nibbi, as far as I know. Because you cannot fake these, as they are made to such a standard that they cannot be copied, and they are one of the best ones in the market. Okay, anyway, let's end the video here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on the videos, and see you in the next one. Peace.